In a quiet town on the outskirts of Benin City, there lived a young woman named Zuwa. She was full of life, faith, and laughter, the kind of woman whose smile could ease a stranger's pain. When she met Osaro, a calm, handsome trader from a respected family, it felt like the stars had aligned. Their love was pure, quick, deep. Within a year, they were married. In Africa, when a woman marries, the first question is not, "Are you happy?" It's, "When are we carrying baby?" But what if the womb is not the problem? This is a story of love that turned bitter, of a woman who was blamed for what wasn't her fault. A story of loss, survival, and a quiet revenge that came without violence. It's about a mother, a woman, and her daughters, and how life always has the final say. Sit back, open your heart, and journey with us into the womb that was blamed. Zuwa entered Osaro family with joy, eager to build a home filled with warmth. But months turned into years, and no cry of a baby filled their house. 1 year, 2, then 4 years passed. Osaro's mother, mimesis, began to change. What once felt like love now turned into cold questions and harsh whispers. "Not this one you carry come marry? 4 years no bell?" She accused Zuwa of being barren, of wasting her son's time. Neighbors started to gossip. Family gatherings became awkward. But no one knew. Osaro had a secret. He had known even before their wedding that he had low sperm count. But pride is a dangerous thing. So, he said nothing and let his wife take the fall. One day, Zuwa found hospital reports in his drawer. Tears filled her eyes. She didn't shout. She didn't leave. Instead, she begged him to get treatment. He finally agreed quietly, without telling anyone. Months later, by God's grace, Zuwa got pregnant. The joy in their house returned. Even mimesis began to smile. But life, life.at just 6 months pregnant, Zuwa was hit by a reckless bus while on her way to the market. She lost the baby and almost lost her womb. Grief swallowed her whole. Osaro comforted her, but his mother began again. Maybe she used her womb for ritual. That's why her belly no stay. Still, Zuwa tried again. After a long recovery, she became pregnant once more. This time, she barely moved, barely breathed without praying. But at 8 months, she woke up one night, bleeding. She was rushed to the hospital. They saved the baby, but Zuwa died. The child lived only 3 days. Osaro was broken. He wept like a child. But months later, guilt faded. And again, pressure returned. He married another woman. But the marriage ended in less than a year. Betrayal, infidelity, chaos. 2 years later, Zuwa's friend introduced him to a humble midwife named Isiasa. They married, and once again, she became pregnant. This time, the pregnancy held. She gave birth to 2 beautiful twin girls. But instead of celebration, trouble returned. Osaro's face changed the moment he heard "not girls." Mimesis hissed and left the hospital room. At home, it was worse. He became cold, distant. He started locking food away, calling the twins useless investment. Then one day, in the dead of night, he told Isiasa, "You and your girls will not tie down my destiny. I need a woman who can give me a man and heir. Pack your load." He dragged her things out. He sent her and the twins into the animal shed behind the house where goats used to sleep. No water, no light, just pain and humiliation. A month later, she was thrown out completely. On foot, she walked miles with the babies wrapped in rags. No one opened their door, but one old widow, Mama Mondi, took them in. She had nothing but shared everything. Isiasa hawked peppers, washed clothes, worked odd jobs, and slowly raised her daughters, Ivy and Omos. The girls grew in hardship, but with fire in their bones. They studied under candlelight. They learned from their mother's tears. Omos became a lawyer. Ivy, a brilliant doctor. Years passed. Isiasa never remarried. She never begged Osaro. She only prayed that her daughters would rise, and they did. Many years later, Osaro lost everything. Bad business, fake friends, sickness. His second wife left him. His mother, Mimesis, died quietly without peace. One morning, An old man with sunken eyes and swollen legs limped into a government hospital in Benin. He had no money, no relatives. As he lay on the bed, a young doctor walked in. Bright, confident, soft-spoken. She looked at his face. She froze. "Sir, your name?" "Osaro Higiator." Her hands trembled. It was her father, the same man who had thrown her into a goat shed. She treated him with gentleness. Every injection, every drug she gave with care. He finally asked, "Why are you helping me?" She looked at him. Tears welled up in her eyes. "Because my mother taught me to never return hate with hate, and to never abandon those who abandoned us. We are not like you, Papa. We are better." Osaro broke down in tears. The shame swallowed him whole. He begged to see her mother again, but it was too late. Isiasa had passed quietly 2 years before. As Osaro lay on that hospital bed, old, alone, broke, he realized something. That the womb he once blamed, that the girls he once called useless, were the very ones keeping him alive. He wanted to say sorry, but sometimes life waits too long. Isiasa, the woman he humiliated, had died. But her legacy, her strength, her love, it lived on through Dr. Ivy and Barrister Omos. His daughters, his hope, his redemption. Don't blame women for infertility. The fault may lie elsewhere. Cherish your daughters. They are not second-class children. Pride kills love, and silence can destroy trust. Treat people well, especially when they're at their weakest, because tables turn. To our viewers, if this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of someone, if it made you cry or reflect, please like the video, drop a comment, tell us what moved you most, share with friends and family, subscribe for more powerful African stories that speak to the soul, because stories like this, they don't just entertain, they teach, they heal, they awaken. Thank you for watching, and remember, behind every tear, there's a testimony.